Great to see you both.
Good to see you.
Johannes, we loved this moment that you filmed yourself when you went back home to South Africa and surprised your family just after Strictly. Yeah. This is brilliant. Check this out.
Lovely.
Did they not know?
They did not know. They had no idea.
So you said, didn't you, that you would see them in March and literally turned up
in front of their doorstep.
Wow.
They were surprised. I mean, I should have shown you the whole video. It is incredible. We cried, we laughed, but it's so good that it happened. I can't tell you.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
And how was the trip?
The trip was long, but like I said, South Africa is just a different. It's just a different place, isn't it? It's the African sky that I missed so much, you know. But I'm glad to be back to work.
Yeah.
That I have to say. I'm really glad to be back. Good that it happened.
Yeah.
And Martin.
What?
I tell you what, you were here just before we went off to have a baby, and here you are again.
Know. Listen, dude.
I love seeing you though, Martin.
I didn't touch you.
God, that sounded
No,
odd,
because
didn't
that
it?
Irish girl, she had a baby about a month after I was on as well.
See, there you are. There you are.
Yeah.
Now, we know you love dogs, and we
Yes.
saw this thing in the papers today saying that basically scientists have now confirmed that dogs do recognise speech patterns. But this won't be a new thing to you. I mean, you probably talk to your dogs all the time, do you?
Yeah, they don't recognise the damn word I say. I was like, who is this scientist? Did he have a busy day?
Very good. Well, thank you both for now. Tonight, we'll be talking to Martin about his new Islands of the Pacific documentary. It looks absolutely beautiful. And Johannes will be telling us about his upcoming tour. It's a South African dance fest.
Yes, and if you've got any questions for our guests, please do get in touch on email, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And New Year, new pictures for our studio screens, please.
Yeah.
Now, send in pictures of your local area. We want quality because they go in on the screens behind us, OK? So this one, for example, there you are, that one there, was sent in by Naeem Sharif of the Ribblehead Viaduct in North Yorkshire. That type of thing.
That's beautiful.
Lovely.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the time has come to see Ronan Keating taking a bath, and not just any bath, but an ice bath.
Oof.
You can thank us later.
Yes, now there is a reason for this. The World Wildlife Fund has launched a cold water challenge for January to raise awareness of the importance of protecting our frozen habitats. They say that the polar ice reflects sunlight and keeps the temperature of the planet down, amongst all sorts of other amazing things.
They do, and to help raise awareness, they are suggesting people get sponsored taking cold showers, or going cold water swimming, or having an ice bath. They aren't the first charity, of course, to ask people to take a freezing dunk in water. Remember, you did the ice bucket challenge, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
For motor neuron disease.
I did. The bin lid actually hit me. It was worse than the ice. There it is. Yeah, I swam across the Irish Sea for Cancer Research
Did you?
UK. I did that. But you also did the swim in Loch Ness for Sport Relief.
Oh, it was freezing. I struggled, I'll be honest. Now, obviously, you shouldn't put yourself in cold water without taking proper advice first, because it can be very dangerous. And because so many charities are urging people to do it these days, we thought it was about time to offer that advice while we go have a go ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, when I say we having a go ourselves, I mean Ronan.
Yeah.
Here's what happened a little earlier today when we took a trip up to the roof of the BBC. Oh, it's a bit nippy, isn't it? Sorry. You're so brave,
That's
Ronan.
stupid.
Come on. Oh, good on you. I've got the stopwatch.
Right.
I mean, it's only a minute.
What do you mean it's only a minute?
I know, it's freezing.
Oh, it's cold
well
before I'm
done,
even
well
in.
done. Right, OK, you tell me when you're happy and I'll start.
Well, I'm not
We should
happy.
have a build-up. Come on, everybody. From
Right.
5, we'll count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Right, it's on, it's on, it's on. Oh, that's the bit, isn't it, when you launch right in.
This kind of takes your breath away.
Oh, you're doing well. And remember, lots of people do this, you know, because they think it's good for mindfulness and all the rest of it. Yes, OK, so I'm going to give you some facts. Take your mind off it, OK?
OK.
Now, it's warmer at the North Pole than the South Pole. This morning, it was about -29 at the North Pole. In summer, though, it gets up to 0 degrees, balmy.
Barmy.
How is it in there?
Freezing.
Freezing. Okay, you've
Got
done
bloody
half a
toes.
minute. Okay. Question. How many penguins do you think live in the Arctic?
Thousands.
No. It's a trick question. You've lost it. Polar bears live in the Arctic.
Right.
Penguins in Antarctica. Okay.
Freezing.
15 seconds to go. The Arctic is warming up faster than anywhere else on the planet, can you believe? Yeah. Polar scientists estimate that there will be virtually no sea ice there in summer within a generation. Who owns the North Pole?
How warm is who?
Who owns the North Pole?
Who owns it? Santa Claus.
Time up!
Yes.
Get out! Woo! Actually, it's not the answer. But that was brilliant. Come on.
That's
Brilliant,
freezing.
brilliant. Well done.
I can't feel my toes. I can't.
Fair play. I mean, it is really freezing, and I've got layers on. See,
I'm cold looking at it.
good job.
Oh, I'm so cold.
And I tell you
Particularly
what.
music people have in your riders, I don't know.
I'm telling you, I love the bit where Alex just says, "You've lost it."
And just to confirm, it's not Santa, as we said, who owns
Okay.
the North Pole.
Who?
It's nobody.
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 I don't know why. That's what it said. Is nobody owns it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you
For
go.
grabs then.
There you go.
There you are.
There you go. Now, don't attempt it, as we said, if you have existing health conditions. Only stay in the bath for a very short time. Not for under 18s. Warm up gradually, like you did.
Yeah, I couldn't feel my toes for a good 3-4 minutes. That
So
took a while.
warm shower,
Yeah.
not hot
Slowly.
shower.
Yeah.
Straight into a dressing gown afterwards or a robe.
Yeah.
Don't get your hair wet. Not a good
Don't
idea.
put your head under, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't attempt any open water swimming without supervision or training.
Yeah, that's right. Like you had. Not.
Yeah, no.
No.
Now, you like an ice bath, Johannes, don't you?
I do. They help with inflammation
Oh, of course,
and
because of the
recovery.
dancing.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. I'm a fan of those.
But you do it often.
Yeah. Very often I do, and you get used to it with time.
Oh, no.
I'm telling you.
Really? It's freezing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think I could do it often. Anyway, it's good. Martin, are you into cold water swimming?
I have a pre-existing medical condition.
All right, okay. Yeah.
And he's under 18, so
He's
you know,
under 18,
can't
yeah,
do
of
it.
course.
Data protection, I'd love to tell you.
Right then, enough talk of ice baths. Let's transport ourselves to warmer, sunnier climes. Now then, Martin here is a great alternative to cold water swimming. He swam in the warmest, deepest ocean in the beauty of the Pacific Islands. Have a look at this.
You ready, Martin?
Yes.
These are adult black-tipped reef sharks, which grow to about 5 feet long. They are by nature quite timid, hence they swim away from me. Good. They have been known to bite humans, but only by mistake.
Well, that's all right then, only by
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah.
But actually, those were quite nice sharks. But then it did get a bit hairy, didn't it? You had to get out.
Well, they just said that, they said, come on,
Yeah.
they're hungry.
So did the bigger ones come?
The bigger ones came and they seemed a little cross. So I
Nippy.
think they just thought, just to avoid embarrassment.
Looked lovely, though.
Now, this is actually somewhere you've wanted to go since you were a little boy.
It wasn't quite that way round, but it did occur to me, actually, whilst we were prepping it and researching it, that I had this book that my dad gave me. My dad was a pacifist and a conscientious objector during the Second World War, and he was desperate that all those little boys' toys of guns and war and things, he tried to interest me in other stuff. And he gave me this book of drawings by one of the crew of the Kon-Tiki, who tried to prove that they were wrong in the end. They didn't prove it, but it wasn't right. But they sailed this balsa wood boat across the Pacific, that book had meant a lot to me in these images and everything. And then
there you
we
were.
sort of
got there.
yeah. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
And you met this interesting community of people and you took them a special gift. Now, they're called the Yakel people.
Oh, yes,
So can you
yes.
explain who they are and what the gift was?
So they're a tribe that are notable for believing that Prince Philip was their god because he had married a queen from overseas, and that sort of stacked up in their belief system, and they believed that Prince Philip was their god, and some of them had come to England and met him and everything, and they were very happy to talk to us, and we took them, it's customary to take them some gifts, so we took them a more recent picture of the Duke of Edinburgh and a chicken and some rice as presents.
Oh, nice.
Very good. Now, you may not like ice baths, but you did do some pretty, hair-raising things while on the trip. You went to an active volcano.
Oh, Mount Yasur. Yeah. That's
Scary.
That's what did you do in the war, Daddy? But yeah, that was. You can't recreate the noise.
Was it hot then?
Boiling hot.
Boiling.
And the noise was that you just think, oh God, the earth is broken. It's burst. We're all going to die.
But that could have gone off at any time, could it?
It is going off all the time.
Yeah, but it could have properly...
Well, that's what it does. And I was interviewing this guy. There were gobbets of lava going way above his head. Yeah. Just spewing up like... But, you just think if there's a camera there, you'll be fine, like you in the ice bath.
And then, so safer things you did. You went on a cruise, not with Jane McDonald.
Yes.
You experienced your first cruise.
First cruise.
And this is something, Johannes, you know all about. I mean, you spend a lot of time on cruise ships,
I've worked on cruise ships for 7 years.
We've got a lovely picture. Have a look. Here we go.
Oh,
did you look like that, Martin?
That is me, isn't it? Is it? Oh, I've got my glasses on. Yeah, lovely tan.
Martin, how did you like the cruise?
Well, yeah, we loved it. It was great. It was very exciting, quite weird, but we were on like day one watching all the people meet each other and avoid one English couple. You just like opposite magnets. People go, hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. They were just being separated off. But nobody told us they kept filling up the wine.
Oh,
yeah, they do.
Yes.
Yes. Now, we do have to talk about something that a lot of people will find very sad, because Doc Martin, you're filming the very last series. And, you missed last year. You were just telling me outside there because, obviously, the pandemic.
COVID,
So you're looking forward to being back in Cornwall.
I really am, yeah.
But this is it.
This will be it, yes. I think it feels like a good time to finish.
Is it
10 series.
For the Doc?
I'm not going to die.
No, right, good.
What's a good idea, though? No, it's got a lovely ending actually. No, it's a really strong series, and I think that the people who like it will love it.
They'll miss you in Cornwall, though.
They might not. I don't know.
Well, like all
visit.
good comedy dramas, maybe we'll see some spin-offs, some specials, something like that.
Maybe there may be around Christmas time.
Okay.
This year, maybe.
There you go.
Well, thank you very much for the time being.
Thank you.
You can see Martin's Islands of the Pacific on ITV next Thursday at 9 p.m.
Now, Johannes, it's time to talk about your new South African-inspired dance tour. It's your first solo tour. What was the inspiration and why now?
It's been a long time coming. The fact that I've got an opportunity to dance to my own tune for the first time in my dance career, I think it's big. I come from a township where this dream looks very far-fetched, and for the fact that it's happening in this beautiful country, it is, listen, it's a dream come true, not only for me, but for everybody back home. And it's just been incredible.
But you've got hopes, though, of taking the tour home to South Africa after the UK, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think when I sat down with the producers and my agent, I said to them I would have loved to start off there, to inspire a generation of kids who are looking up to me, and obviously to say to them that it's also very possible because they lack role models within the community.
Right.
So, yeah, it's always been a thing for me that I would just love dance to thrive in those small areas. But it doesn't stop anything because I'm also going to very places here in the UK that are very, that are small towns and stuff like that, and that's what's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a young boy in South Africa growing up, how did you get into dance?
Everybody used to play soccer and rugby. And dance was just a fluke, honestly, because everybody can dance where I come from. But when I was introduced to ballroom and Latin, I think I just fell in love with the sparkles, and I never looked back.
But how were you introduced to it? Did you do it in school?
No. There was a gentleman and a lady who used to do it recreationally. It was never socially. It was never serious. They could never compete.
Right.
Because of the apartheid era at the time. So they just used to dance in recreation halls and teach and dance socially. And that's where I saw it. One day, I just happened to be there by mistake, and this man was dressed in this beautiful attire. And I was like, I want to wear those sparkles. I was like, I want to. And that's I kept on going back because my mom was also happy with the fact that I was away from the streets and in a safe environment. So,
is it true your aunt was a dancer, but because of apartheid in South Africa, she wasn't able to compete?
No, absolutely. She was a lover of dance, and she encouraged me as a young boy to keep on doing it because she had an idea. But I think as well when she realized that there's a world that exists outside Sasolburg and South Africa, I think she would give me all her salary if she would for me to pursue my dancing career. Unfortunately, I lost her last year due to COVID. But yeah, I'm sure wherever she is now, she must be smiling.
Indeed.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm sure you made your family so proud, as you do every year. But this year in particular, I mean, you and John gained a huge followership as well on Strictly, didn't you? And you're going on tour, which is amazing news. What really surprised you then? You know, because you had so much feedback, didn't you? I suppose you and John. Did it overwhelm you, kind of the following you gained and the, you know, just what people came up and said to you?
It was, Kim. I had to get off social media a little bit. I was a hot mess. Every time you saw me on television, I was crying. But that was just because of the pure joy and, like you say, the support we received from people at home.
Yeah.
You know, I kept on saying to John, it has restored my faith in humanity, because not only was it from my community of people, it was from everyone, and kids alike. I mean, the messages that we've had from small children just saying how brilliant and how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, you know, with that, you just know that you've done a job well done.
Yeah. It was lovely to
That'll
watch you both.
reverberate for years to come as well, I think, don't you?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. What were the logistical, you know, nightmares, though, of dancing with another man then? You know, what did you bump bits and... you know what I mean? Knees. I meant knees. Knees.
Listen, the dynamic was obviously different. I'm used to leading ladies and lifting them up in the air. Yes, I get where you're coming from. And John had to be lifting me in the process and stuff. That was tricky. That was tricky. But the man's patience, the way he allowed me to figure it out and still teach him in the process, I find that incredible. So I had the most amazing season, and I have fallen in love with my art form again. I can't tell you. Yeah.
Oh, it was my favourite. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. OK, so many messages coming in. Scott Greengrass says, what is Johannes' favourite dance on Strictly?
Oh, darling, everything that's concerning dance is my fave, except for the ballroom dances. I mean, trying to do a tango with John was hard.
See? And Hayley says, I surprised my man with tickets to see Johannes in Newcastle this March, and we are super excited to see him. He's our #1 Strictly professional, and send him all our love. We pretend he's our best friend and wave at him through the television. I love how people write that down. That's brilliant.
Oh, bless. Maisie says, a question for Johannes. What was his favourite Strictly outfit of 2021? Maisie's 13.
Maisie's 13. It has to be the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, I love that.
Which everybody will get to see on tour again.
Yeah.
So that is going to be lovely.
Great.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Well, thank you very much, Johannes. Really enjoyed the tour.
Thank you.
The tour is called Johannes Radebe Freedom, and it kicks off in March, and we'll be touring all across the UK.
Yes, and while Johannes shimmies out to the studio, for anybody looking forward to the Strictly tour, let's remind ourselves of the kind of shapes John and Johannes can throw on the dance floor. Thank you.
It was the best thing I've seen all night.
Flawless. That's the best word I can say.
I totally loved it. It was brilliant. Well done.
Thank you. 10.
You still had the joy of the dance with so much content. Well done. 10.
They were just brilliant to watch, weren't
So
they?
good, so
so
entertaining.
brilliant. Lots of messages as well about Ronan's ice bath.
Oh, yeah.
So, Deb says, well done, Ronan. Now, there were a